Hello there, fellow collectors. Welcome into the stream. Welcome into the show. Welcome to episode 55. Crazy, 55 episodes of Sunday Showcase. I am your host, Steve. This is where I review all of this past week's 1/6 scale news. We actually got some fun stuff to talk about tonight. Some figures that were a couple announcements, a couple releases. And as always, guys, I hope this helps you get rid of your Sunday scaries, and I hope you all enjoy your stay. Little housekeeping for you, as always, guys. If you like what I do on my show and on my channel, please consider becoming a channel member, joining up on the Fandom. You get a bunch of cool perks, exclusive access to stuff. You guys kind of know what it is already for this. And don't forget, you get free Underground Figure Store credit, $5 quarterly or $10 quarterly, depending on what tier you are at. For those two higher tiers. So you can always join from my channel page, link in the chat. Huge shout out to all 46 of you guys who are channel members who really have all been members for a really long time. Just really appreciate it. You guys are always in here week in and week out, chatting it up. And typically we're all in my Facebook group chat together. Unfortunately, my Facebook chat has been completely kept me banned for a while. So, oh no, my mic's being weird. So hopefully I'll be back in the Facebook chat at some point, but the saga continues on that one. We shall see. We shall see what happens, but I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you all so much, for being, channel members and supporting in that way. Next up, guys, if you like the cases behind me, go check out MODUSPACE. They're doing an Easter spectacular thing with a discount. You can do this trivia thing and be entered to win some lucky draw prizes. Also, typically my code stacks, so use code Fandom in all caps for a little extra money off your order as well. Go check them out. Always great when they have a sale going on. Save yourself some money on some cases. And of course, I want to give a shout out to Underground Figures. You can check them out, undergroundfigures.net. If you make an account, you're eligible for no NRD pre-orders, which I absolutely love. You get double box shipping free of charge, and the price of double box has gone up. It's crazy. Check out the description below for details. Mention that I sent you, even if you have a question or if you order anything, that'll help keep the perks going for the channel members. So huge shout out to Underground Figures. Also, $29.99 Spider-Man is sitting on this website. So kind of crazy to see that one pop up. It's been up there actually for a few days and nobody picked that one up, so I'm kind of surprised. And then, guys, one new thing as well. You could see it in the bottom banner. I decided to kind of separate out some of the content that I'm doing, and putting my Star Wars related content up onto the Forcecast, my new Star Wars channel that I started. Really, it's kind of really the same amount of stuff that I would typically do on this channel, but I wanted to separate it because typically I've done some stuff on this channel in the past that doesn't really do the same or doesn't have the same audience really as like everybody who likes 1/6. Sometimes people don't really go on to like the streams I've done in the past, like after Ahsoka, just reviewing the episodes and stuff. So got a couple things on here already that I've done, a couple live streams, just an Andor pre-show for the first 3 episodes, and then did after Andor this past Friday. So that was fun, just kind of reviewing the episodes. There were a few people in there that watched the 1/6 streams as well. But guys, if you could just go sub to this channel, that'd be awesome. I'm gonna, like I said, there's some Star Wars stuff that I want to do, but I wanted to just keep it separate because I do think like some 1/6 people really like Star Wars. Some people don't really care too much for it. Obviously, I'm really passionate about Star Wars, so I just wanted to create this little side thing where I could do after Andor to start on there and just post like some other Star Wars related content. So it should be fun doing that. And I wanted to just keep this channel. Like I said, YouTube can be kind of weird sometimes when you post stuff that's unrelated to like 1/6 collecting. So I really just wanted to keep it separate. So guys, if you could please go subscribe to my new channel and ring that notification bell on there so you can see when I go live for some stuff. The next After Andor show will be likely on Friday night is when I did this past one. That's probably when I will review episodes 4, 5, and 6 as well. So if you're interested in discussing Andor, come hang out. What else we got? I think that's it on that front. Let me let me address all of you lovely people in the chat. We got 22 of you guys in here. Thank you all for being here. I'm starting a little bit earlier. I like to start a little bit earlier as the weather gets nicer. But we'll see. It's going to continue to be like 7:30, 8 o'clock central based on, it's just a little bit easier for me to go live a little bit earlier too. But we'll see. We'll see kind of as it evolves, but it's always still going to be, like I said, 7:30 or 8 o'clock. So, guys, go subscribe to the Forcecast, please. We got Fig Poser in the house. Says, what up though? What up, bro? Thank you so much for being here, man. Appreciate you tuning in to the show. We got Cage in here as always. Fanatic. Evening, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Using my favorite emoji of them all, strength. And also, don't forget to hit that like button or Spider Steve will find you. Yes, that is true. That is true. We got longtime fan Universal Key in the house with the GOAT cap shield. What's up, man? It says, evening, everyone. Evening to you, my friend. Thank you so much for being here. We got Commander Green in the house. What's up? He says, happy Sunday, everyone. Hope you are all having a great weekend. You as well, man. This dude's always taking some really dope pictures of figures, so go check his content out as well. And this guy as well is with the dope unboxings. What's up, Beskar Kid? He says the force is strong with this, dude. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here, bro. Hope you enjoyed Revenge of the Sith in the theaters, because I know you went to go see it, and I hope you're enjoying Andor as well. Good time to be a Star Wars fan. We got Stacy Jedi 291 in the house. Good evening, Steven, fellow collectors. Good evening to you, Stacy. Thank you for being here, bro, as always, too. Super fan of the channel, Brad Cormack. What's up, Brad? He says, evening, everyone. Evening to you. Hello there. We got Fanatic AJ Agrusa in the house. Good evening, friends. Hope all is well. AJ, good to see you, man. Hope all is well with you. I think I said it last time. I know this guy's got some crazy stuff going on at work with everything going on in the world. So I hope all that is going okay for you, bro. What's up, CG? Thank you for being here. I don't recognize this name in the chat. But I thank you so much for being here, man. I hope you enjoy your stay. Is anyone else smoking huge amounts of hopium? I love that. That's funny. Anyone else smoking huge amounts of hopium? We get a sculpted Anakin this week or the next. We're coming up on May the 4th. It's going to happen. We are going to get, this would be one of the worst decisions if you do Revenge of the Sith 20th anniversary and you do not do an Anakin Skywalker. Like, I really do think, I know there's been all these rumors floating around within the last year that we're going to get another Anakin, another Obi-Wan. Like, I feel like Anakin and Obi-Wan are probably both going to happen. I still am not dead set on the fact that Artisan Anakin is just done. Like, I can see them doing a branded Artisan and re-releasing it with a different base or something too. So I'm not really counting out Artisan Anakins or sculpted Anakin. It's just gonna happen. You don't make these brand new sculpts to only do a limited amount of hair. So I do think both sculpted Anakins are gonna happen at some point, and I think we're gonna get another Obi-Wan. If we get an Artisan Obi-Wan, let's go. I hope it happens. I hope it happens. So we'll see. I'm going to guess that's going to be like this week. We're going to get some stuff for May the 4th coming up here. And rumor has it there may be a Cal Kestis on the horizon as well. So we'll see. We'll see. Cage celebrates 16 months of membership. Dude, that is crazy, man. 16 months. Can't believe I started my channel membership December 2023. It's just crazy to think about. So yeah, dude, thank you for all the support here every single show basically that I've ever done. So and a long time. Cage is my wise man and the moderator of the channel. So thank you, Cage. Appreciate it, bro. We got Ryan Stadler in the house. Says, what's up, man? My wife and her friend acquired me a Sith Apprentice Vader. Dude, I am jealous. I am very jealous. He is going for buku bucks online, and I can't bring myself to pay that much for one figure. So if anybody out there has a lead on maybe a little bit on under 1,000, that would be nice. But congratulations. It's a sick figure. I would like to get it at some point. We got fan Keith Lee in the house. What's up, Keith? He says, evening, friends. Evening to you, man. Thanks so much for being here. And we got super fan Sir Alex Z in the house. What's up, dude? He says, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. to everyone. You too, Alex. Thank you so much for being here, man. And we got another super fan, Mike Pause Literus in the house, formerly known as Thrawn's office, Grand Admiral Thrawn's office, when Thrawn's office had a rank, but now he's reverted back to his true form. Mike Pause. Hi, Mike. Thanks so much for being here, man. And we got the Jedi Knights watching the house, another fan and friend. What is up, Graham? Thank you so much for being here. He says, hola to you, sir. Appreciate you tuning in to the show. We got Superfan Big Dog Pound 1 in the house as well. Woo! Let's go. Shouting out everybody in the chat. What's up, BDP? Thank you for being here, man. Let's see. We got Aaron Jones in the house. What's up, Aaron? He says, LFG, bro. Let's go. With the fire. Let's go. Got to be excited about doing a Sunday show. We got Darth Malik's missing lower jaw in the house as well. Sup all, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to you, man. Thank you so much for being here. Ryan says, man, Revenge of the Sith was always meant for the big screen. Dude, it was yeah, it's great. I just saw it in theaters last year when I did a Skywalker Saga marathon. And then, yeah, I saw it again last night. It's awesome. It's such a good movie and it's such a great theatrical experience for sure. Star Wars is just like, man, it's just like made for the cinema, especially the like original, you know, like the big movies. And it's really, honestly, like, it's really what pushed me to make like my own little home theater, because when you can get that experience at home and you can watch those movies literally whenever you want, the comfort of your own home with your own little theater, it's so well worth doing. It's just, yeah, it's awesome, man. Cage is daring you and Double Dog daring you to go sub to the Forcecast. Yes, please, bro. Please, everybody. Big Dog Palm 1 says, I like the name Forcecast. Sick, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. I could not believe that the Forcecast wasn't taken. And it's kind of like, the way that I thought about it initially was like, oh, like, you hear forecast, like the weather. Well, like, Forcecast is kind of like a Star Wars, like a play on that, but for Star Wars, right? So that's kind of how I thought about it. And I couldn't believe it wasn't taken. This is crazy. So kind of lucked out. We got Superfan Tijuana Mike, aka King Churro, in the house. Happy Sunday, collectors. Dude, happy Sunday to you, man. Appreciate you tuning into the show. BDP says, do you have any knowledge of MODUSPACE trying to speed up their production? Yes, I think that's kind of an ongoing thing. I think there is some stuff in the pipeline right now. I don't know the specific time frame, but I know that there are things in the works that are hopefully going to change this. And you can imagine that that's a process, something that takes a while. And like, it's hard to find people that do this type of work. And like now, especially with all the international stuff going on with trade and all that, it's probably going to take some time. But yes, this is, I think, at the forefront for, you know, Brian and his team of trying to, he knows this is a thing. So hopefully there will be some things that speed this up here in the near future. Big Poser says, if y'all ever see me not being responsive, it's because I drive while listening to these. Heads up from Big Poser. It is all good, man. It's a good time to listen to podcasts or YouTube videos when you're driving, no doubt. Hope you drive safe. Best Kid says, give me the Refugee Attack of the Clones Anakin pre-order already. Yeah, I could see that. That's probably going to happen. Simple one for them to do. I would probably get that one too. CG says, sadly, you just know we will get a gold Cody and silver exclusive Rex or something silly. I'm sure there will be some type of like limited, probably like alternate colorway or something thing that they do, but I don't mind them doing that. I kind of I just pick and choose what ones I want to get, but we'll probably get something, you know, something potentially like that. We got Renz Tolentino in the house, fan of the channel. Good evening, everyone. Happy belated birthday to my guy, Renz. I hope you had a great birthday, man. And you had fun celebrating. We got Superfan Big Rib in the house. What's up, Big Rib? He says, what's up, everyone? What's up to you, bro? Cheers, man. Hope you're having a great weekend. Best Kid says, facts, dude. The THX releases of the OT on Laserdisc back in '97 is what got me into home theater. Yeah. It was like, it's just, and I think TVs and home theaters and stuff are, I think I figured and I've had my projector now in my basement since I think 2020 maybe. And I think like at the time I was thinking about maybe putting a TV down there, but then when I started doing research, I kind of realized like you can do a home theater for like, you can get a projector if you want to, or a TV. I guess it doesn't really matter, but I always thought projectors were very, very expensive, but really they're comparable to like a nice TV. And like, there's so many, it's just like TV is a very wide range of things you can do with a home theater. And then like, it took me probably like 2 years to get my home theater the way that I wanted, but that's also nice because you can kind of like I started with speakers in the front only, and then I got surround sound. And then I added ceiling speakers and moved some speakers around. So it worked out where you can kind of progressively make it how you want it. So I digress. Big Dog Pound One says, do you know what is the turnaround time for MODUSPACE mono? So monos usually take about 3 to 4 months to get from when it's a 2-week pre-order window, the window gets closed, and then it's 3 to 4 months from there when you will get them. I think it's like 12 to 16 weeks or something like that. When you'll get, or when they basically get to you and get stateside. So hopefully that makes sense. Mike says it's a better name than Force Kin. Oh, Mike, you're so clever, man. You are a funny guy. You have great jokes, man. I will give you that. You are very, very clever. Ren says, thank you, Steve. Music Fest at the 25th and Steak Night at the 26th. Definitely a great celebration. Ooh, that sounds good. That sounds good. Aaron says, want to turn a shed into a home theater man cave figure room. It's awesome too. If you have a space and you can like, I have this whole space, I can make everything the way that I want to do it. It's great. And my wife was kind and generous enough to let me kind of do what I wanted with the basement. We kind of agreed when we got our house, like we want to have a basement. And we want to have a multi-bedroom house, for our kids and stuff. So it worked out. It worked out. And it's nice living in the Midwest because you can have a basement, you know, versus living down south. They don't even allow a lot of basements because of like the flood risk and all that stuff in certain states. So yeah, basements and just like having a setup. And it's really fun. Like if you have kids even too, like doing movie nights and stuff down in the theater and like making popcorn and kind of turning it into like a movie going experience. Right. So there's a lot you can do. I can do it. It's fun. It's fun to have a little dedicated area. AJ says, yeah, I may go projector for my next setup too. Yeah, it's worth doing if you like do some research on it and like figure out how you want the setup. And if you have a dark room, it's good. We got Fan MB Dice in the house. What's up, man? He says, hello there, Steve. Laserdiscs were awesome. I got into them for the extended cuts of Aliens and the Abyss. Yeah, very cool, man. Very cool. Thanks so much for being here. Aaron says, I'm from Missouri and miss it every day. I live in Texas and hate not having a basement. Yeah, it's really hard when you don't have a basement because you really, if you want a theater, you have to have a blackout room essentially. You know, in a basement, it's a lot easier to do that. Like I have one window over by my theater. That's really easy to just like blank out, right? So yeah. Okay. I think I'm through the chat. And he says I'm watching on a projector now. Awesome. Got me blowing up on the big screen. Let's go. Let me look at something here real quick. So first, real quick, let me go to the topics here. I just want to talk about this Monkey D. Luffy from One Piece. I have no stake in this figure whatsoever. Haven't seen the show. I don't really know too much about One Piece, but I figured I would just talk about it real quick because I know this was one where they ended up updating the head sculpt on this, right? This is tough. Like when you have this much visibility in joints and this like shirt that he's wearing, the tailoring doesn't look great. He's got some huge seams, like where the sewing is or the stitching and then just like the hemming. It's just, this is something that I'm kind of like, I'm good when unless you put the effects on it and you can make it look like kind of hide the joints. But this one for me is a little bit too disjointed, if you will. Not my thing. In this, like, yeah, the knee, it's tough when you always got to think like when you want realism, it's kind of tough when you can see this many. Like sometimes I'll give joints a pass, but this one's like really, really got a lot of joints everywhere. The head sculpt is the main thing I think it's really got going for it. Everything else I'm just not really a huge fan of. So I just want to touch on this really quick. I don't know if anybody's interested or picking this one up, but it kind of reminds you, yeah, this like, yeah, this is just like, it looks like a toy. This one looks like a toy. This one looks like a toy to me. So even the ankles, like it's tough when you have this much skin and then like, look at the ankle. Like that's not appealing. This is also terrifying. Some of these pictures are scary, man. Like I wouldn't ever want this displayed like this. This is creepy. So yeah, I just want to touch on this really quick, but I really don't have much else to say. That skull's pretty good. They did a lot. They didn't really do themselves justice by doing all of like, ooh, that's right there. Look at that. Yeah, it's just they didn't really do themselves justice by showing a lot of angles with just the arms bent so much. This is the long arms and stuff are just kind of scary, man. The arms and legs, like that's just, yeah, that's tough. So I don't really know anybody who's getting this. If you are and you like it, cool. But yeah, you can just see all the joints everywhere. Oh, it's tough, man. Tough stuff. That's it. Let's move on. Let's move on because I don't really have too much to say about it. There was this too. We won't be spending too much time on this either, but Superman is coming soon, which I'm not surprised one bit because the movie's coming this year. And my guess is they're going to have some stuff to start doing for DC, which is exciting. I'm excited to see where it goes. I hope the movie is good. I really do. This looks pretty cool. Looks cool. We shall see more of this soon. Before I should have got to some of your comments here first. This figure looks goofy. Yeah, here, you know what? Let me just pull this up for the sake of visual viewers too here while we go through some comments. Yeah, this figure looks goofy. This figure scares the bejesus out of me. Total nightmare fuel, says Mike. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. It is kind of creepy. Aaron says easy pass, no connection to the IP. Figure looks pretty rough. Stacy, no idea who this is. One of the worst 1/6 figures I've ever seen. Aaron says yikes. MB Dyson One Piece in live action doesn't quite work in this figure. Yikes. And Mike says Pito Pinocchio. Yikes. That's bad. That is bad. Anyways, back to Superman. I'm excited. I'm excited to see, dude, it is a banger time right now for cinema, shows, everything. It is, we have so much stuff. Oh, Mike, I love you, man. We have so much stuff coming out. We have Andor happening right. We just got through Daredevil. We have Andor happening right now. We have The Last of Us Part 2, or Season 2 rather, of The Last of Us happening right now, which, by the way, holy shit, that second episode. And I played the games, already know everything about what happens. And when you already know what happens in something and it's still like gripping and you're like, oh shit, the whole time you're watching it, that's just, it's the best video game adaptation by far of any IP that's been converted. It's just got that HBO or that max quality. It's just, if you haven't seen The Last of Us, you got to go watch that show. It's amazing. And I hope The Last of Us gives people who don't play video games a greater appreciation for a lot of the video game storytelling that takes place. And so many people, a lot of adults specifically, just hate on video games and are clueless really to like what video games offer, but they'll watch that show and they'll absolutely love it. And they forget that is an interactive experience unlike any other, really. It's pretty crazy. Yes, anyways, I digress about The Last of Us. You should go see it. And then we got Thunderbolts, which is getting pretty decent, like early reviews. I'm excited to see that. I'm seeing that next weekend on week from yesterday. I'm seeing it on Saturday. And then we got Ballerina from John Wick universe, which is with Anna de Armas, which I'm guessing is going to be fire. And then we got, Fantastic Four and Superman. So we got a lot of stuff like this first half of the year, and I'm excited. I'm excited for it. Emmy Dyson Wednesday. Stranger Things 5 Oh, Wednesday season 2. Like I thought you meant the day of the week Wednesday. But yes, Wednesday from Addams Family. Yes, and Stranger Things 5 this year. I still got to catch up on the last season of Stranger Things. But yeah, it's crazy. Aaron says, I want to see a company get the license for the Last of Us games and even the show need a Joel and Ellie in the collection. So I know Lim Toys is going to be doing Joel and Ellie at some point. And I really hope they do the video. I want the video game versions if Lim Toys is going to do it. Their Nathan Drake is so awesome. I have that figure and just love it. I'm pretty sure Lim Toys is going to be doing Joel and Ellie from the game. So I'm going to be getting those, no doubt. Batman Collectibles, what's up, bro? He celebrates 12 months of membership. Thank you so much, man. He says, what's up, Steve? Congrats on the Star Wars channel. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Also, why does this look better than anything in the trailer? As far as, yeah, I know people have their thoughts about the suit. So it's going to be interesting to see how that turns out throughout the movie and what people think. Yeah, but thank you so much, man, for the 1 year support. Really appreciate it. You got that new 1 year badge. Gotta love it, man. Gotta love it. But thank you so much for all the support, man. Appreciate it. We got Nick's Collectibles now. Sup, pal? What's up, Nick? Rumor has it that our boy Cal Cassis might be making his way to the 1/6 game. Let's go. Emmy Dyson says, Karate Kid Legends, can't wait to. I did not know Karate Kid Legends was coming out in May. I was at the theater last night for Revenge of the Sith, and I saw that. It said exclusively in theaters in May. I did not think that that was coming out that quick. I still got to finish Cobra Kai. But damn. BDP says, I want Hot Toys to get the Stranger Things line. That'd be cool. I know people would be into it. But Superman, that's hype. I know. Yeah, we're gonna be getting a lot of figures once again this year from a lot of different things. Marvel's heating up. They're probably gonna do Thunderbolts. They're probably gonna do Fantastic Four. They're gonna keep doing Deadpool and Wolverine announcements, I'm sure. So yeah. Let's save Star Wars for last. Let's talk about Black Manta real quick. So I have yet to see this movie. Oh man, I gotta do that. But Black Manta, the character in general, is pretty cool. And I think the figure, some of these photos are actually pretty badass. I think it actually looks pretty cool. Nick says, bro, I need Cal bad. Yes. Come on. This figure actually, some of these photos actually look pretty dope. I think it's actually like pretty unique, like cool design figure. I don't know how this suit is going to hold up, but cool looking figure. If you guys are getting this, you'll have to let me know in the chat. But yeah, this type of material just hard when you can't really pose it all that much. Nevertheless, cool looking character. Those tridents look this trident looks kind of, I don't know. These ones look cooler. I like this. But I was going through these photos. There's some that I haven't fully looked at yet, actually. But this looks cool. That's really all I have to say about it. This is gonna be a quick one too. This they did a really good job on these shots. I think this is one where they like, yeah, these ultra bend photography. Nice work with the water effects and stuff like that. I think that's really cool. Sometimes I wonder, like, why even have, like, I get that this is like crotch grabbers right there, but why have a base if they're just like not even gonna really even be on it, you know? That's one thing. But this looks cool. I know, so there's some people who were excited about this when it got announced. I kind of forgot about this figure being announced, but I can see what the appeal of wanting this, especially if you're like a huge fan of, you know, Aquaman and that style, and also like the kind of comic style of this. Like Aaron says, can maybe get this if you have a comic style display. Yeah, I think there's going to be people who pick this up. I do. And I should look. I'm going to look real quick. Sideshow, I'm just curious. Oh, yeah, so Black Manta got waitlisted. So there's people who are excited about this. I feel like DC stuff, when it gets announced, actually typically does relatively well. So I think like there's going to be enough people around here who around this one that generates some hype for it, and people will want to get it. Darth Malcolm Smith and Lord Joss says, speaking of game adaptations, I'm surprised HBO hasn't picked up Red Dead Redemption 2. I think there will be some type of either Grand Theft Auto or Red Dead, some type of film thing when it comes to those. So at some point, too big not to do it. But yeah, it's a lot of pictures for this. I like the light up. I think that looks cool. That would be one to light up for sure. That's cool. Aquaman down there. This is a dope shot too. They did a really good job with these photos. Did I go through them all already? I wonder what this suit is. I mean, is this a pleather? I'm going to guess yes. That's cool. I got to be getting pretty close. I don't remember which photo I started at, but that's probably good enough. I think I went through them all. Not for me, but I can appreciate it's a pretty dope looking figure. And I think if you are really, really big on some of these other characters in DC, then I see why this is a hyped one. Okay. Let's talk about this guy. So Feral Predator. And I thought this was when they did this update. This was April 24th. I thought this was going to end up being a release that same time when they showed this. I thought I was going to wake up the next morning and see that this was fully released, but it has not yet. But real quick, Aaron says Rockstar honestly would most likely ask for a ton of money from the licensing rights to be used for Red Dead Redemption or GTA. Yeah, I think they would definitely get their money's worth, or try to get their money's worth, no doubt. What's up, the movie Can Geo? Thanks for being here, man. Longtime fan of the channel. He says hello, everyone. Hello to you, man. Thank you for being here. Big Dog Pound says Black Manta looks badass. Yeah, I agree. Badass looking figure. But Feral Predator. So this was one that was on display, I think at Secret Base or something, and you could see that the abdominal seam was basically removed. And let me read it from the description because it says the hunt just got even more intense. Major update. To push realism, the Feral Predator now features refined rubber hair with a thinner, more screen-accurate texture that enhances the creature's wild primal look. Even more exciting, we've updated the body to a seamless design that eliminates visible joint lines at the torso while allowing the same range of movement, resulting in a more realistic physique that elevates its intimidating presence. So great. Refined rubber hair. That looks nice. Updated seamless body. I mean, this thing is badass, man. I'm not going to get this figure, but this seamless torso. What a big, I would consider this a major upgrade for a figure like this to be able to do that. I think that is just so cool, man. And this is a character that has like this texture in his skin and stuff where you can't, like this shoulder joint line and the elbow too, like it's really easy to not have to worry about those because it blends in. So well done Hot Toys. Very good idea and way to upgrade it. I would anticipate this one's got to be happening pretty soon, right? We got to be getting pretty close. So I think let's talk about, we'll save the Range Trooper for last because that's probably the one I'll talk about the most. But let's talk about Captain Rex. Man, they went in on these bloggers. 60 photos basically of Rex from live action Ahsoka series appearance. So this is one, there's a couple of Ahsoka figures I will get in time, but we'll talk about it. Let me get to some comments from you guys first here. Ryan talking about Feral Predator. This figure's sick. Cool thing about these figures, endless accessories you can have. Yeah, it's very cool. Aaron wants to get that Feral Predator. Figure looks badass. Can't wait to grab it. Great refresh after seeing the Badlands Predator design. Yeah, it's a cool. It's definitely a cool piece. This looks better than Monkey D. Luffy. No doubt. We got Ricardo in the house. What's up, bro? Longtime fan of the channel. He says, good evening, Steve. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here, Ricardo. Guys, go check out Action in the Box. He just has such a cool display. Very unique display and just really awesome to see. Ryan says, I was surprised they remade Rex due to the one on Sideshow sat forever. Yeah, I think it's interesting, right? Like we're getting a new Captain Rex. I think one thing is too is it's just easy for them to do. There's a couple tweaks, right? There's some changes. You get the phase 1 helmet as well with this one. Oh, excuse me. The one thing though that you don't get is the head sculpt. So I think that's where they really make it worth keeping the first Rex from Clone Wars if you really want the head sculpt. Because I think it's a good. I actually might have my Rex displayed with the head sculpt on, with his helmet kind of like sitting on a bark speeder. So. Yeah, I can see why, like I can see a case for both here. This is just, Rex is just so badass, man. And he's another character with just a really great arc. It's hard for me to recommend one over the other. I think it really just comes down to like, do you really feel like you need the live action appearance of him, or are you good with the one from the Clone Wars? And I think it really, for me, I don't know. I think it's, if you are never going to use the head sculpt, then maybe just get this one. But at the same time, it's kind of like you can probably find the other one for a lesser price. So I don't know if there's enough here to necessarily upgrade unless you're really big, like you really want phase 1 helmet like this. And this is sick, man. I'm not going to lie. Like this actually looks badass, like having a phase 1 Rex helmet. And the phase 2 helmet's a little bit different. I think it's a little bit longer. The paint apps are a little bit different. There's definitely more weathering on this one. His comma is different as well. I forget if the pauldron is different, but this helmet looks good. It's a badass looking figure, man. Just no head sculpt with it. What's up, SG Collectibles? Says, what's up, Steve? Thanks so much for being here, man. Appreciate you tuning into the show. They did a lot of photos with this one, man. Clones are just so cool, but a serious rabbit hole. It's tough going clones because it's kind of like it's really hard for me to consider army. I don't really army build Hot Toys for obvious reasons, but it's hard to determine where you're going to draw the line at what clones you're going to get, what styles, what time periods, let alone you got phase 1 and phase 2, you got vehicles. It's just, it can get very tough. And hold on one second. One second. Sorry, I gotta send a message. Yeah, it's just a rabbit hole. Sorry about that. I had to send a message, but clones are crazy, man. It's a big dedication if you want to go get into clones. Best Kid says, for me, it's a phase 1 armor. I need it. Yeah, I'm leaning towards getting this. I don't know when I'm going to get this, but I'm going to get it at some point. But yeah, the phase 1 armor was going to get 2, but with all the Japan exclusives recently, I'm going to hold off. I can't blame you for that one. Just getting kind of everything dropped on you at once. So, and I think too, like I said, the second one is still a worthy one, or the first one rather with the head sculpt is still a worthy one to definitely hold up for now. I don't foresee that being an issue for a lot of people. BDP says, I agree, it is a serious rabbit hole. There's way too many clones. Yeah. And they're going to keep coming. They're going to 100% just keep dropping. Ryan, after watching Sith last night, I really wish we'd get some of the BARC troopers from Kashyyyk. Yes, I wish we would get some of those different types of troopers, and there's a lot of trooper designs, scarily, that Hot Toys has not covered yet, and it's a matter of time, right? Like the Utapau trooper, we still haven't got either. That was teased, and like they could just do so many different things, right? What's up, Boba Fettuccine? Clone Lives Matter. Yes, they do. What's up, bro? Super fan of the channel for a long time. Thank you so much for being here, man. It's clones. It's like clones are just so cool, and especially, I mean, I say like, oh, you've seen the Clone Wars, but like the clones, it is really crazy because clones, like, they were basically like the clones. What happened was they were kind of designed to just be copies to fight a war, right? And then they all kind of got like individual personalities basically as clones. And then what's interesting about just like, and this is kind of just like the dynamic and just the within Star Wars of like Clone Wars happens, Order 66, Empire takes over, and then it basically goes from being like the complete opposite almost. Like the clones were copies that became like individual identities, and then the Empire took over, and stormtroopers, who were basically all individual people, basically became like a TK number, you know, like they became just all the same. So it's just a kind of an opposite situation within the Star Wars dynamic and just like storytelling of Star Wars. That's pretty crazy when you think about it in the grand scheme of things. Christian, did I say what's up to you, bro? What's up, man? Christian Cooper's in the house. Says, what's up, Steven Chat? What's up, dude? Fan of the channel for a long time. I forget if I addressed your comment or not because I keep going off on my own little tangents. Especially when I start going on Star Wars tangents, man. I just, I get going. Okay, back to Captain Rex. I want to get through some more of these photos here. The Ahsoka line, what? Hold up. Let me look at something real quick. You did now, bro. All right. I try not to miss. I usually don't miss comments. Let me look here because I want to see where Ahsoka, how many are released? 1, 2. Sabine 1, Chopper 2, Thrawn 3, Merrick 4, Ahsoka 5, Rex now 6, Enoch 7, Night Trooper 8, Baylan 9, Mandalorian Super Commando 10, Death Trooper 11. So we are now at 11 of 15. We're missing Hera, Shin, young Ahsoka, and live action Clone Wars Anakin. We have almost the entire Ahsoka line already that's been announced, already released. So I wonder if we're gonna get another Ahsoka figure for season 1. The other thing is like, it's crazy because like if this was the end of Ahsoka as it sits now, I'm actually like fine with it because we already know season 2 is gonna bring more figures, right? Like that's going to happen, and I can totally understand why this would kind of be the stopping point of it right now. But I welcome more figures because I just, like I've talked about, it's one of the best crosses over between two separate things in Clone Wars and Rebels and Ahsoka and all that stuff. So culmination of everything, which I absolutely love. This is badass, man. Rex is, like I said, just such a cool character. He's got such a great arc. Goes through a lot of stuff. I mean, I says clones and troopers are a dangerous path to go down. They are. Bedroom Heist Anakin. Yeah, I think I kind of look at that Anakin just as being like kind of like teacher Anakin, you know, like he's a true like, you know, teacher to Ahsoka, and that's how I think about it. The Phase 2 helmet looks good too. They definitely is like added more weathering, and his armor is a little bit different in live action because I mean it's based on live action, so they look a little bit different. There you go. That's cool. And this is also really nice too because you just get this different look with the pauldrons and stuff like that as well. Hands are different here. Actually, no, they might not be. I think these ones just have the markings on them. This one doesn't. But this is really cool. You have these swap out armors. I think that is that's really cool. One's dirtier, one's cleaner. It's really cool that they did that. Wish they would give like another base other than this, but at the same time, that's what's in the show. So I'm fine with it. This is clean, man. I love clone armor. And Rex is no exception. Like, this is dope right here. This is sick. One six Star Wars Pimzoid in the house. What's up, man? He says, what's up? Sideshow is so far behind on release figures. It's not even funny. I know. I am waiting on a few different things right now, and I have a feeling it's gonna be a same thing that happened earlier this year, an all-in-one figure dump. And also this impact thing, and maybe they're just waiting as long as they can to see what happens with the tariffs and stuff too. I don't know, but yeah, it's rough. Best Circuit says, can't wait, mine comes in tomorrow. Dude, congrats, man. That's so awesome. Sometimes I want day one figures. I gotta resist. Ryan says, I love the sand base because it doesn't have the footprints in it. Yeah, I do like those. Like, I am okay with those sand bases that don't have the footprints. That is much better than having the footprints in there. Looks great. And you can pose these clones really well. I think that's another really awesome thing because they have this like fabric, stretchy fabric underneath. Makes it easy. Yeah, dude, this is phase one. It's a clean look, man. Emmy Dice says, my Flash is certainly not living up to his reputation with his slow arrival. Yeah, I mean, shoot, I'm still waiting on Enoch, Darth Maul. Like the Darth Maul with the speeder, still waiting on Maul. What else I got on my list right now? I have a running list of a couple things I'm waiting on from Sideshow and from Underground. Ahsoka just came out. Artisan Anakin should be shipping at any point in time, and then Merrick, which he's probably going to be a little bit of time because he just got released. So yeah, Maul with the speeder. That's crazy. That one's taking a while. See, the more I look at this, the more I didn't really go through these photos until now, really in full. The more I look at this, the more I'm like, yeah, this phase one Rex you probably gotta find a spot for him. It's just too damn good. It's just hard because all my clone stuff right now, like ARF Trooper, like with the ATRT and the Bark Speeders and all those are phase two. So, and Rex is in their phase two. So I got to figure out what I'm going to do with this. I would probably just put him in the Ahsoka case, you know, probably would put him, young Ahsoka, and Clone Wars Anakin probably in the same, you know, probably in the same little area. BDP says, I was watching my finances, but by not buying this Rex, but it's singing to me. Yeah, it's a tough one, man. This is why I like kind of keeping track and having a spreadsheet and just listing stuff out. Like, because like what Beskar Kid too, he wanted to get a couple of these, but then like the Celebration figures came out and getting those. So it's just nice to kind of being aware and having, you know, prioritizing some things and knowing what's coming and having a list of what's coming and what's released and what you're waiting on is definitely helpful. That's badass. Clone armor is just so awesome, man. Like, look at his back shot is just sick. It's just very, very cool, man. That thermal detonator. Ryan Sadler says, be patient on Rex 2. I think we're about to get that Airborne Trooper and Commander Neo. Yeah, I think any trooper feel like it's going to happen, you know? It's just very, very too easy. And they always sell. That's dope, but the like the fire and the smoke in the background, that looks sick. What's up, Mitchell Lawrence? Thanks for being here, man. Says I'm actually bored of these multiple colored troopers. Yeah, I totally. This is another thing. If you are like not a clone collector or a trooper collector, like, yeah, I could see why it'd just be like, oh, another trooper, another clone, another something, right? Totally get it. Totally get it, man. But thank you for being here, Mitchell. Appreciate you tuning into the show, man. I think I went through them all. Wow. An hour in and we're on our last figure. I guess there's a lot of figures to talk about, but I'm pretty like quick on some of these. But this, oh man. I'll get to some of your comments before we talk about this one. I'm just waiting for some of these things to pop here. 16 Star Wars Pimzoid says, I'm waiting on Enoch, Ahsoka, Sabine, Darth Maul, Merrick, and now Rex. Come on, Central. Still waiting on Sabine? That's wild, man. Whew. I got my Sabine. And this is where it's really odd because I got my Sabine from Underground. Like, it's been a while. And it looks like he's getting more of them estimated to ship May 1st. So he sold out and I think is getting more coming in. So, man, that is bonkers, dude. Crazy. Mitchell says, give me the classic troopers any day. Yeah, it's hard to be OT troopers, man. That's facts. Ryan says they'll do their job well. I'll guarantee that. I'm not a cloner, but at least these are actual characters, unlike the Stormtrooper repaints. Yeah, like you're getting named characters, right? That's always nice. Ryan says, yeah, I feel like Fat Joe just has a bowl and does a drawing and picture your name out of the bowl and then ships you your figure. It's going slow. So let's talk about this range trooper. Man, this one is, there's not really too much that in the hobby, there aren't really too many things that happen that bother me all that much. And not that this bothers me a lot, but this one really this is the one that probably stings the most that I can recall really since I've been collecting, as far as like what they did in this situation, right? So they're labeling this range trooper as Andor. You see this trooper, spoiler alert for Andor's episodes 1 through 3, but not that anyone really would care too much. You see this range trooper for like less than a minute. And this just came out, what, 3 months ago? 4 months ago, maybe. I forget when mine actually shipped. And then you give it this rocket launcher, and then you give it also 2 pairs of boots and a different base. I'm almost positive this is a different base. Right after they just announced the one from Solo. And I think I get why they're doing it again. And then the other thing is like what they could have done here is they could have just, because like I know they show a picture, like you get this first edition exclusive, which means that this is going to be a timed pre-order for this first edition, and you get these Gription boots. They really could have just kept these Gription boots out of this figure. That would have been like, if they just did Range Trooper, the boots from Andor, and you couldn't swap the boots. I mean, I think that would have been a better move. But this is like you're giving a second pair of boots another weapon, and I would argue a better base in this case, for $5 less than what you did for the exclusive. So like you're adding in more stuff, you're making it widely available, and you're pricing it less. That one stings, man. That one stings. Thankfully, like I got the range trooper at retail, so I'm not really complaining. I'm not mad about it, but this one stings a little bit. This is not one that I feel like I need. I don't think unless we'll see what happens in Andor, and what other figures come out, and if I put together a little like Andor case or something like that, if I feel like I need to get another one. But as of right now, I don't really feel like I need to get another one. There are a couple other things too. This one I'm pretty sure has more weathering. I think the fur. I think this fur might be a little bit darker, and I think it's really hard to tell for certain, but it looks like the jacket is a little bit darker too, or the outer material of like the sleeves. The fur and the outer material, this looks just more like darker and weathered to me. And also, I don't know if this is for sure or not, but I think the gloves on these ones, I think the ones on Andor are more tan. So there's like some subtle differences. Yeah, I think the Andor ones are more tan. I think the Solo ones are kind of like a yellow color. So I think if you look here, and then let me look at this. 4 months ago. So I'll show you guys here. So we're seeing this one right now. So let me go back here. Hold on. Let me zoom out a little bit. So if you look at this picture right here, you look at this, look at the fur, look at kind of the coat material and color. And maybe the coat isn't. Look at the gloves. And if I go to this one, this is one from 4 months ago. You can see these are definitely like a more yellowish tan color. And the fur is definitely whiter. You can definitely tell in this picture. It's different. It doesn't have as much weathering. If you look at that versus this, you can see the difference in the, like in this fur and stuff like that on his coat. Especially like here, this is a good example of it right here. This to this, like you can clearly see this is the Andor one, obviously with the name, and then this is one from Solo. So it's different. Like there's some subtleties that are different. But honestly, I feel like the weathering one probably, I think like it really just depends. Like now that I'm looking at it, the one from Solo, they make it look really, really clean. Like the weathering usually is a little bit more realistic in I think. But nevertheless, there are some subtle differences. So whether or not that's justifiable to you on whether or not you could, you want that, that's totally up, or that's up to you to decide. Let's see what you guys have to say about this one. It should say sideshow. I don't know any Fat Joe. I thought you were talking about the rapper. 16 Star Wars Pimzoids is definitely getting 2 of these range troopers. I have the Solo exclusive one already. Yeah, and another thing is I know a lot of people are probably, even if they have the Solo one, are probably going to say, oh, I'm getting this one anyways too, because this is a really, really cool trooper design. Yeah, so I totally get it. Best Haircut says, I'm not mad at it. Not as cool as the Chonky boots, but still need it. Yeah, for now, I don't think I'm going to pick it up, but we'll see. And this is another thing this is where it's tough when this happens, because now this first edition exclusive, if I want the Gription boots, I have to get, basically, I'm going to have to find a first edition version of this. Even if I want to pick it up later down the road. But, I wouldn't mind having 2 of these. I just like, there's so much other stuff right now that's coming out. What's up, Safefold? Thank you for being here, man. Good to see you in the chat. Big Dog Pound. These Range Troopers pimping with the fur collar. Yeah, a lot of people call this one the Pimp Trooper, right? Ryan says it's like they're learning a timed pre-order. Yeah, they've done this in the past on some other figures too, but it makes sense. Brad says, I'm slightly upset because I had to get in the queue while at work, but I'm probably getting one more. Yeah, see, people love this. People love this trooper, man. MBW says, they really overdo it with so many different trooper designs. This is a difference of opinion for people who, you know, if you feel like you really want to collect a lot of troopers. Like, I love troopers, man. I love troopers, but I get why people are, if you don't collect troopers, or maybe you're just like, oh, I just want the really iconic ones. The nice thing is you have a really, like, you know, you have a lot of breadth of selection. You can get whatever troopers that you want. They have something for everybody. But troopers to me have always like been such a huge part of Star Wars, that I just have to have them with a bunch of other stuff in the collection. Save says, great spot on the weathering. LOL. Thank you, sir. Yes, there's definitely some differences. Beskar Kid says, I'm down for the dirty boy. I mean, looking at them, it almost makes the first one from Solo, like I said, look a little bit too clean. I almost like prefer, no pun intended, the look of this one. Yeah, I can't believe they're adding in a second pair of boots in the like the kind of like this bazooka or this like rocket launcher for $5 less. I think that's where it's kind of just like, come on, man. That's kind of a crazy move. That one's kind of crazy. What's up, Moose? Fan of the channel says, hello, community of collectors. Woo! Thank you for being here. Safel says, Kit has a first edition if you really need it. I mean, you can't deny how dope this trooper looks, and we're gonna see him again. Like, we're gonna see range troopers again. I'm guessing. Big Dark Mom wants to say, the OG range trooper have those boots? Yes. The OG, I don't know if the one from Solo, I don't know if the Solo range trooper had these or not. Now that you say that, that's a good question. I know the other boots, yes, but I don't know about the Andor boots ones. I'd have to look back at the Solo film to see if there's any that have these versus the grip boots. This time boots are an accessory. Yep. We got fan of the channel, Tider FL. What's up, Tider? He says, it looks like the Andor one has the same color blend as the Snow Trooper. Yep. I agree. It does look like that a little bit more. And I actually have my Solo one with my Snow Troopers, which actually happened at some point in Star Wars, where the Range Trooper was with a Snow Trooper. And I think it looks really cool with next to the Snow Troopers. So yes, Best Rocket says Solo Range Trooper only came with the chonky boots. Yeah, that one only came with the boots. Oh, I see what you're saying. Big Dog Pound. Did the Range Trooper have those boots? Yes, for the release. I was thinking when you said OG Range Trooper, I was thinking in the film was like were those the boots in the film. And I was then looking at like, oh, were these boots in the Solo movie or not? But bottom line is you get both boots. So there you go. But yeah, I think this is where a lot of people are like, well, I just got this exclusive, but then you can get these Gription boots and you can get them as an exclusive add-on for this. So you're getting 2 sets of boots. And it's nice. I mean, if you want to build them out, then it gives you more options too. You know, you have one Gription boot, you have one regular boot, you can have one holding the rocket launcher. This is also kind of like the Snow Troopers it's kind of like the Snow Troopers for Empire Strikes Back too, because one of them is a Empire Strikes Back, and then the other one is a Battlefront 2 Snow Trooper that has the like the launcher. So it's kind of like a play from that too. Where you could have one with the rifle, one with the launcher. Damn, now I'm kind of like talking myself into it, because then you could have the clean one with a rifle, gription boots, and then you could have another one that looks like this without the boots with holding like this rocket launcher, you know? Darth Malix Mr. Nova Jaw says, I wonder if the gription boots on the Andor range trooper is magnetic like the Solo one. I would think so. I would think they're going to be the exact same thing. And then he also says, I'm tempted to pick up the range trooper only if they make Andor in the test pilot outfit. They'd pair well together given the scene they're in. That is a cool idea. That would be nice. Mitchell Lawrence says, I just want Hot Toys to give me a Hoth Luke, Hoth Han, Bespin Han, 2.0 Hoth Bespin, Leia, Tauntaun, and Wampa. Then I can be done with Star Wars. And I think that's the beauty of Star Wars, is it's a possibility that all of those things at some point could potentially happen. I hope we get all those too. Heck, I'll even take a Luthen from Andor. Yes, please. I really hope we do get a Luthen figure, to be honest. With a wig. And an interchangeable outfit. Best Kid says, at least these range troopers, excuse me, have different weathering, unlike the snow troopers. That is true. I think it is nice. And that's when I had said that, I was like, damn it, this is like kind of talking myself into it, because then you get like a different weathering and it just adds to the display, right? So I agree. I think it is nice that it gives you a different look, right? And maybe that was their thought process. Maybe they're like, well, this one's from Andor, we're going to give it different weathering and change up some things on it to make it different from the exclusive one. So whether you buy that is up to you. MB Dyson says, so many possibilities if you buy more than one. That's just the way they like it. Yeah, it makes sense. A good marketing strategy. Yep. It looks cool though, man. I mean, it's hard to knock this. It's hard to knock this this trooper. It makes you hesitant to buy exclusive things. And then it's kind of like, this is part of the reason why I feel like, you know, when it comes to these other exclusives for like Artisan Anakin, or, you know, this Darth Vader Sith Apprentice, both the Artisan Anakins, basically, I think this is where it gets dicey, because you obviously have to pay a large premium to pick those up. And there's a strong chance that Hot Toys might just, you know, nerf that at some point and just say, oh, here's this version of it, or here's this version of it. But we'll see. I mean, I guess worst case scenario would be they do a sculpted Darth Vader Sith Apprentice, and the Artisan one from Star Wars Celebration is the true only way to get Artisan. That will be probably a chase figure for me, because I would like to have it at some point. No doubt. I think that's it. Quicker show tonight, but pretty much got through everything. There's probably going to be a drop tonight, be my guess. Celebration. Also, Star Wars Celebration in LA, that is going to be hype. 2027. There are going to be a lot of things going on. It's going to be 50th anniversary of A New Hope. I'm not missing that. I'm 100% going to Celebration 2027. I'm not missing that. I will be there. So if you're going to be there, I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of people within 1/6 and just a bunch, it's going to be huge. I'm going. Big Dog Pound says, I would love to work at Lucasfilm just of designing different clones and trooper variants. It looks like fun. Yeah, that would be awesome. Would be cool. Tyler says 50th New Hope anniversary. That's going to be awesome, man. There's going to be a lot of hype. The merch around that time and figures, like, I mean, we're going to get 50th anniversary of A New Hope, and Hot Toys is probably, like we've already talked about, they're probably at that point in time going to unleash for A New Hope and 2.0 everything. I doubt they'll be at Celebration again. I don't think they'll go to LA. I don't see them doing that. But it would be cool. Damn, next year's the 60th anniversary of Star Trek. It's crazy. Artisan New Hope Leia exclusive. Artisan New Hope Leia would be cool. BDP says, when do the tickets go on sale for the next Star Wars Celebration? Typically, they're like a year in advance. So it likely won't be till 2026. Probably around this time next year. But you will know well in advance too. They're usually pretty good about saying like the official pre-order date is whenever. Just stay locked into their socials and stuff, and you'll end up finding out. May the 4th. May the 4th is coming. Like I kind of brought up at the beginning of the show, I think we're probably, I think we're probably going to get a couple things that aren't Revenge of the Sith related, but I also think we're probably going to get heavy Revenge of the Sith announcements. Like, I do think this week there's a really strong possibility this week that we get Anakin and Obi-Wan. Going into May the 4th, coming off a huge return to theater for Revenge of the Sith. Like, I think those are, honestly, I think those are two givens. And I at the same time, hate to say that because I said the same thing about Padawan Obi-Wan Kenobi when Phantom Menace anniversary happened. And I'm like, you can't, like, all they did was Maul. They didn't even give us a new Qui-Gon. They didn't give us a new, they didn't give us another Obi-Wan. Like, we got to get Padawan Obi at some point. And Attack of the Clones Obi. They skipped out on him too for Attack of the Clones anniversary. So it's crazy. But I do think Revenge of the Sith, we're going to get Anakin and Obi. I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen. This is facts. I shouldn't even have said it's a given. Nothing is given with Hot Toys. Yeah, you're right. They owe us some Phantom Menace stuff still. And this is the thing, kind of like what they did. They had Return of the Jedi, which was 2 figures for the anniversary, I think. And then a few months later, they announced Han Solo from Return of the Jedi. So it can just like, the Star Wars has so much depth that you can just go crazy at any point and release whatever at any point. We just need more Star Wars. Yeah, the 2.0 Jungle Hunter Predator, like Mitchell's saying, that's one that has been, that's one that hasn't happened either. Yes, Best Arcade Tales of the Underworld in a week. That's exciting. And I'll probably just binge watch that because it's going to be 6 kind of shorter episodes. So, I'm excited for that too. That's going to be dope. And Jar Jar. I do think, like, they've shown Jar Jar a lot to the point where I do think a Jar Jar is going to happen. I would need that figure 100%. Jar Jar is coming home if that figure comes out. Boba says, hoping for more Rogue One for the 4th. That'd be cool too. I could see them. Andor's hot. They could potentially push Rogue One around the same time as Andor. It could happen. It could potentially happen. What's up, Yomo? He says, yo, what's up, dude? Thanks so much for being here, man. Where is Queen Amidala? Says Big Dog Pound. Yeah. Big Dog Pound, you are right. Queen Amidala is one that needs to also happen at some point. There's so much more stuff they can still do, man. But yes. Yes, Big Dog Pound. Justice for Baze Malbus. I agree. And I think I talked about this. I saw a post on Facebook about a guy who took a picture. I think he actually talked to Howard Chan. Like, he saw him at Celebration and asked him, like, are you making a Baze Malbus? And Howard told him that, yeah, it's going to happen. I do think we get a Baze at some point. And also, I feel like, is he going to make an appearance potentially in Andor? You know, cheer it as well. I don't know. Fig Poulter says, I need a Yoda from Revenge of the Sith with Purrs and USB Saber. I think we're due for another Yoda too. I could see them just taking, like, doing a Yoda with this exact thing. I think that could happen. Palpatine is another one, right? We just saw like the Senator Palpatine tease that happened at Celebration. Yeah, all these teases from last year still not announced, but just give them time. Yeah, Fig Poulter says, and the Jedi Council chair. Yeah. That'd be cool to get one of those. What's up, Jeffrey? He says, I think they might do a Sacy 10 for the 4th, maybe a Coruscant card. I could see them doing Sacy 10 potentially. It's just, yeah, it's crazy. I really have, I don't know. I don't really have massive expectations for them doing like an onslaught of figures, but I think there is going to be something. Revenge of the Sith that movie is big. Maybe they looked at Phantom Menace and they were just like, this isn't really that big of a thing. Revenge of the Sith is a massive movie that is, some would say, the best Star Wars movie. And it's got just a huge following. And it's had like this past weekend, it had like one of the best re-releases in history theatrically. Like, I forget, millions, like tens of millions, like close to 30 million or something, or maybe probably over that at this point. Crazy. Boba says, I think the Rogue One characters will start trickling in towards the end of Andor. Yeah, it's going to connect right into it. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do. I mean, that's Saturday's the 4th in Hong Kong, so maybe some announcements that day. I can also see them just doing it throughout the week, you know, but we'll see. This is wild, Keith, if this is true. Rumors are that new Cap is getting released soon, which would be really quick. That would be quick. Damn. Best our kid says Revenge of the Sith is GOAT. Yeah, it's that movie, man. It was. I just saw it in theaters last year when I did that marathon, and then I saw it in theaters last night. And that movie's just so good. And the pacing of the movie's really good too. And just, they build on the movie in such a good way throughout it, of how they do it and how you can just see like Anakin's fall just get closer and closer. And like, there's just this inkling of hope when you're watching it of like, oh, like he's not going to do it. And there's just so many that you're watching. You're like, damn, like you could have just not said that, Anakin, or you could have just like, man, you should listen to so-and-so. You should do this. And then, of course, watching it just continued to reassure and solidify the fact that Obi-Wan Kenobi is still the greatest Star Wars character of all time. That's all I got to say about that. 42.2 million at this point. That's crazy. It's got to be a re-release record. Me hoping Anakin makes his jump over Obi-Wan every time. Oh yeah. Yeah, man. It's also funny hearing like people's reactions in the theater. Like when these certain lines pop up, like "hello there," and people laugh, and then it's just like Anakin when he's standing up on Padme's ship when they get to Mustafar. I love that, man. I love that. Just so great. Obi-Wan is just such a great character. Especially once you watch like, and Obi-Wan's has been through some tragic stuff, man. It's crazy. I won't go on and on, but Ren says, wish Revenge of the Sith gets a release here. I want the experience. Yeah, that sucks that it doesn't like go everywhere, you know? I think they would. Obi-Wan beat Vader twice, Darth Maul twice, and Grievous. Yes, he did. And it's tough. Like, it's also, yeah, you go through like lightsaber battles and stuff like that of what happened. And yeah, it's, Obi-Wan's been through some stuff, man. Emotional mental weakling Anakin is. Wow. Dang, that's harsh. Big Dog my best character. If he had your legs, he would have made that jump. Facts. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I had leg day today too in the gym. Damn. Whew. Leg day. Shit's tough. But yeah, I mean, it's watching it in the theater is always like, anytime Star Wars comes to the theaters, I always think like, okay, I gotta like try to go and watch it. It's just, I don't know. Nothing has ever really lived up to or beat Star Wars for me in the theater. Like, it's just, yeah. And I don't think anything ever will, to be honest. Yes, this is the main argument that I think a lot of people use. Dooku beat Obi-Wan twice. Dooku is crazy powerful duelist, man. Like, and he kind of made like Obi-Wan more so as a defensive, defensive form, like actually like go on attack, so it's just Dooku is an underrated, I feel like, when it comes to dueling and stuff like that. Maybe not at this point. Maybe people understand that he's really strong, but Dooku's a beast, man. I don't think they thought that he was just gonna basically just fucking push Obi-Wan across the room. But yeah, it's very just like interesting seeing everything, from Obi-Wan and Anakin's relationship, and then like you just look back at everything that happened between them, and it's just Palpatine planted that seed. Got him. It's crazy. This is just, Mike, dude. Sorry, I just can't stop laughing at the fact that Anakin's Force Ghost is chilling somewhere and introducing Force Ghost Luke to his friends as his Force kin. This is my new favorite joke. Did you really make that up yourself? That is a clever one, man. Ryan says Vader was always more powerful than Obi, even on Mustafar, but Obi knew how to mess with his mind and push Vader to the brink. He had to, or he wasn't gonna make it out of there. Best Kid Kenobi can take some serious punishment. His fight against Maul and Savage is crazy. Yeah. Every time I think about these conversations, or we have conversations about what happened in Clone Wars, battles and stuff, I'm just like, man, it's makes me sad. So many people are missing out on that, on just some amazing, like, peak moments in Star Wars, really, in animation that just, they'll never see or never know about otherwise. And people are huge Star Wars fans too, just won't do it. Crazy, man. Crazy. There's still hope for you yet though. One day. What else was I going to say? 45 people in here. Dang, maybe I do need to start streaming a little bit later instead of earlier to make it so, more people can catch the show. But thank you all for being in here. And everybody in here now, I want to remind you that I started a little side YouTube channel. You can find it pinned in the chat, called The Forcecast. If you haven't, I would really, really appreciate it if you went on there, and real quick, it'll take you like 20 seconds or less. Please click on that and subscribe to my Star Wars focused channel. Would really, really appreciate it if you guys did that. And thank you. Emmy Dyson says, and Ray Park did motion capture too. Yeah, Ray Park is a very athletic dude. Yeah, season 7 makes Revenge of the Sith that much more heartbreaking. It's such a cool ending to Clone Wars, like going through that season and just seeing it from those perspectives and stuff like that. Crazy, man. Makes me want to rewatch that too. I just rewatched Revenge of the Sith recently again. But yeah, crazy part of Clone Wars for sure. And something I feel like I always wanted to see, you know, like that aspect of it. And just for everybody in the chat too, I'm going to put in my new link. If you're into Star Wars content, please go subscribe. Collection Obsession, what's up, man? Long-time fan of the channel. I'm late, so did you permanently change the time to an hour earlier? No, I did not. It's not permanent. No, I just had to go an hour earlier today, but it's probably going to be still around... it's going to be around like from 7 to 8 o'clock-ish. But it seems like people are kind of coming into the show a little bit later on. So I probably will, if this is the case, I probably won't go earlier than 7:30-ish. Oh, my computer just froze on me for a second. Ooh. But yeah. What else? He says, with the intro of the Force cast, does that mean you'll be getting closer, or you'll be closing your OnlyFans page? I'm gonna do a new thing called Only Force. Only the Force. Oh man. We know that this OnlyFans page does not exist. Keith, you love to spread those rumors. What's up, Creevis 1138? Thank you for being here, bro. He says, evening, Steve in chat. Longtime fan of the channel. Hope everyone's had a great weekend. You too, man. Thank you for tuning into the show. Figures and feet. That's funny. Ryan says, you being a big Obi fan, would you buy Obi-Wan with a Boga Varactyl? Whoo. I mean, that's like a dope creature. That would be massive, man. Maybe. Maybe. Yo, my father Django fan of the channel. What's up, bro? He says, hello there. Just got our Revenge of the Sith. Let's go. We were just talking about that. We were just talking about that, man. Keith, 16 Star Wars Films. Any guess on what's dropping this week? I think we're gonna get Anakin. I do think we're gonna probably get an Anakin and Obi-Wan announcement. I do. I think that's gonna happen this week. The only answer is yes. You guys are funny. Hey, see, my father Django, fresh out. We were just talking about this a little earlier too. Makes you want all the clones. Hello, Hot Toys. Yep. So rabbit hole, man. Ryan says, I'd love a copper-headed R4. Dude, I would love, just give us an R4. Damn. Please. What else, guys? What else is coming up on the show? I'm probably going to end it here in a couple minutes. Like I said, guys, Star Wars content and content unrelated to 1/6, I'm just going to push over to the Force cast. So please, like I posted in the chat and pinned in the chat, guys, go subscribe to that channel if you're interested at all in any Star Wars content. And then Andor, first 3 episodes. If you guys want to check out the replay of that, you can. That's on that channel, on the Forcecast, where I go through the first 3 episodes of Andor and my thoughts and do a rundown of that. And then after Andor, for episodes 4, 5, and 6, Tuesday the new episodes drop. I'll probably do another after Andor on Friday night next week, to talk about episodes 4, 5, and 6. So that's going to be on the Forcecast. I'm broadcasting it I'm putting it out onto my Figures and Fandom socials as well. Also, I have an Instagram that you can find down in the link below as well, which actually I can probably here's my Instagram. I'm dropping in the chat if anybody wants to go follow that page, because I'll post stuff on there as well, on Instagram, to try to get the Forcecast stuff going for the Forcecast. So go check it out. When is Sideshow going to do the queue for the celebration figures? Great question. I thought that maybe would have already happened. But it's gotta be probably within the next week or 2. I could see them maybe potentially updating that this week. But that's a great question. I don't know. It's gotta be soon. Or I don't know. Or are they? You know, I would think that they're going to, but I don't think this Darth Vader Sith Apprentice is going to end up happening. I don't think Sideshow at this point, I don't think they're going to get any of the artisan Vaders. I don't think it's going to happen potentially. So, but the other ones, I would think that, yeah, those dates are probably going to update here pretty soon. But okay, guys, that's all I got for you. Also, I mean, next week, a week from today is May the 4th. So Sunday is going to be the May the 4th stream. So there's going to be something up for that show. That's going to be a fun show. And I'm considering actually doing a show, because it's May the 4th, on this channel, and also doing a show on the Forcecast that might be themed a little bit differently. So we'll see. We'll see what I have up my sleeve for May the 4th. But that's always an exciting time to talk about some stuff. And yeah, it just happens to fall on a Sunday this week, which means Sunday Showcase May the 4th edition, a week from today. So that's going to be very, very exciting. So don't miss it, guys. Don't miss it. Next week will probably be at 7:30 or 8ish. They'll do it on May 4th or Revenge of the 5th. That could potentially happen. Brett says, great stream tonight. Thank you. Peace. May the feet be with you. I would pull my feet up on stream right now, but I just worked out my legs and my flexibility is not the greatest right now. Freaking deadlifted really heavy today, so I gotta chill. I gotta keep the legs down. That's funny, man. Keith, is your phone ringing, Steve? My phone is not ringing tonight. Will it ring next weekend? We will have to wait and see. It very well may. When my phone rings, I answer the call for the most part. So stay tuned. Ryan says, always enjoy your show, man. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate it, man. Always appreciate you and everybody else tuning into the show week in and week out. Appreciate y'all being here. And hopefully we get some exciting stuff. Also, guys, if you haven't, join up on the Facebook group. And I mentioned it earlier on too. I'm still banned from my own chat for absolutely no reason. So I apologize to anybody who's in the chat, but thank you for the people who are keeping that chat going and keeping the group going. People have been posting a lot of stuff, and I really enjoy interacting with everybody in the group and commenting on stuff. And I try my best to get to everything, or at least drop a like or something on photos when I have time, and commenting on stuff when I have time. So keep that stuff coming. All this stuff is in the description below on my videos, as always. So I would love to have anybody in the groups, Facebook group, join up or come hang out with us, chat figures, and a bunch of other fun stuff. So that's it. Stacey says, great show as always. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Thank you for being here, Stacy. When Steve gets unbanned, return to the joke. Return of the Jote. Return of the Goat. What I was gonna say is ROTG instead of ROTS. Yes, Return of the Goat. Right when I get unbanned from my chat, oh, I'm gonna be coming in real hot with all the memes and the gifs right back into the chat. I'm gonna be dropping some heat back in the chat. So stay tuned for that, friends. All right, everybody, appreciate you all. Let me turn this music down real quick and then get out of here. But thank you guys. May the force be with you guys. Please go subscribe to the Forcecast if you have not. Would really appreciate it. And stay tuned. Like I said, after Andor, probably on Friday, live show, and then Sunday is going to be May the Force stream. So that's exciting. We're in an exciting time right now for Star Wars and collecting. So going to be awesome. We'll see y'all later. And don't forget, everybody, collect carefully.